Hey guys, so right now there's nobody on this live stream, but it's gonna be replayable after this. And since we gotta kill time before people actually start getting on, which there might actually be no people that go on ever, which it might suck, but that's okay because we're just gonna start with me practicing my drums. And it's a little known fact that I drum, but let's get into some practicing before we actually get into the real video part. That was garbage because I didn't actually warm up. I just got into this and I've never actually done this thing before, this line right here that I was doing. But whatever, I'm gonna go back and do some other stuff that I need to practice. So let's just. Still nobody watching right now, but replay's fine. If you guys are watching this on a replay, that's fine. So. Okay, I can't do this on the snare drum, so I'm gonna do it on the hi-hat. Okay. That again was garbage, but that's okay because I'm gonna practice some other time. And let's just go back to cubing actually instead. Still nobody is watching this live right now, but that's okay because replays, guys. So we're going back to there's one. Oh, forgot something. So I actually use this chair for my videos too, so that's what I'm doing. Now here's our usual set. Okay, put that there. Oh. Okay guys, so the video is actually about if your cube matters. Like, if your what cube you use really matters. So let's just. Okay, as I was saying, video is about if your cube really matters, like what cube you use. Do you need to get a specific speed cube in order to cube? Is it okay if you just have a Rubik's brand? And we're gonna get into that, but let's warm up with just a few solves first. So I'm gonna turn this around. Okay. Bad thing about live streams, I can't just edit this out, but that's okay, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start with a 3x3 solve. And still nobody is watching this live, but that's okay, guys. Okay. Ready to start. That was bad. That's bad. Oh, this is gonna be a bad solve. That's okay. Oh, that's a bad solve. That was absolute garbage. Let's go to 2x2 now, guys. I guess that was decent. I don't know. I haven't done 2x2 in a while, actually. Anyways, guys, there's still nobody actually watching this live, but that's okay because replays, as I said. Now, I'm going to be doing these summer live streams every single Monday on around this time. So for you, this might be near the night, in the morning. I don't know where you guys live. But for me, it's around, it's the afternoon, around 2, I think, right now. I don't know. It's New York time if you guys want to search it up. New York time around 1 to 3 is when we're going to be doing these live streams. So tune in for next week. Hey guys, so please, if you're watching this on replay, next time please be here live because that will be a bit more fun, guys, for you guys to see it live. Maybe you guys will be able to put some things in live chat and then I can respond immediately instead of having to comment back like a regular video. But anyways, guys, the question at hand is, does your cube matter? And yes and no, I would say. It does matter, but it's not like you have to have a GAN Air UM in order to cube fast or well. You could have something that's not as good and still cube as well as I do, or even better than I do. Personally, I say if you have money, and then just get the best possible one that you can get with your money. But if you're on a budget, get a budget cube. You don't have to save up for something like this because I have what's it called? What's the cube I have called? See, I could edit this out if this wasn't live, and nobody's even watching this anyways. But watch this, please, guys. Next time, tune in live, please. Okay. What's it called? I have a. What's it called? Mofang Jiaoshi. What? Okay, I really forget what it's called. I don't know why. Anyways, you could get any budget cube like Warrior, Warrior W, or something like that from Chi. See, I don't even have that cube, and I know what it's called. Or a Thunderclap, something like that. Maybe like a non-magnetized Weilong GTS, or a Volk even if you want to spend like $20. Because you don't really need magnets. Like, magnets help and they're cool and everything and they make it feel smoother, but you don't need a cube with magnets. And if you don't get magnets, really $20 is all you need for a really, really good cube. And if you don't even need a really, really good cube, budget cubes you can get for around $5. So search up budget cubes, guys, and it's really, really simple. Or you could even just sign up for giveaways, and yeah. So as I was saying, going back to the topic at hand, does your cube matter? And as I said, yes and no. See, if you have this GAN Air UM, but you also have a Warrior W, your times won't really be that much different. And the feel of the cube, yes, it'll be different, but not like huge. There's not going to be a huge difference, except if you have, let's say, a Warrior W and a Rubik's brand, then there's definitely going to be a huge difference. Even except for with the Rubik's GAN, what's it called? Collaboration. That's the only one that's going to actually be able to match up against other speed cubes. Even the Rubik's speed cube that they did by themselves without GAN, it's absolute garbage. Okay, so if you have a Rubik's brand and you want to get a really good cube, you don't have to get a GAN Air UM. You can just get a budget speed cube. It's going to be way better than your Rubik's brand, and it's going to be almost as good as a professional, like, high-end speed cube. So that's all you really need. So I hope that answered your question if your cube actually matters. And if you want to get a good budget cube, you can go on cube websites like Speedcube Shop, Cubicle.us, or cubingoutloud.com. There's a lot of different ones depending on where you live. Like, for example, Speedcube Shop, their shipping costs more if you don't live in the US, so that depends for you. but also they have a lot of times where they give out free shipping, and they have a lot of special promotions. That's why I actually prefer SpeedCube Shop over Cubicle, because older stuff is like 5 cents cheaper or more cheaper than that. They always have sales, and they always have these special things, like you can get points on SpeedCube Shop, and that's why I like them more than the Cubicle. So you can do that and you can even get a cube for free if you have enough points. Now, still nobody's watching this live, but that's okay, guys. Hopefully the next Monday, you guys will tune in for this live. Please subscribe to this channel, guys. And live at around 1 to 3 New York time. So if you don't live in New York or in the New York time zone, you can just search it up and see what time it is for the New York time zone, and you guys can watch. And also, guys, before we end, since this live stream is like gonna be a bit longer, I'm just gonna show you guys my setup actually, because we haven't actually showed our setup before. Well, my setup before. AC Talks has showed his setups on camera. It was a long time ago. He uses basically the same setup as that long time ago video, but a lot of you probably haven't seen it. So maybe he'll do a setup tour video thing too. I'm gonna do it right now. Really, my setup isn't much, and if you guys watch my videos and subscribe, you notice that my videos, honestly, you don't need to have like high-end professional stuff, like a super good camera, super good tripod, a professional like a personal studio with personalized stuff everywhere to have a YouTube channel. You guys can just have what I have, which is I just got this wall, and I film here because it's pretty plain. This wall's pretty plain, except for that one, like this Asian decoration thing. I don't even know what this is, but yeah. And since that's always been in my videos, it's become sort of like a branding point of view, some sort of like something that defines our brand. Like you can recognize it's our video when it has like one of these and that sort of background. So just find one location there's nothing in the background that's too like distracting. Use that and it'll be fine. Unless you can move to different places to record different videos and stuff like that. But don't move around too often, because I think it sort of helps that I use the same place over and over again, so that you guys can get sort of like familiar with what we do. Now, for the camera right now, I'm just using my phone. Sometimes I use an iPhone 5S, and sometimes I use this phone, which is a Samsung Galaxy A5. And honestly, smartphone cameras are good enough to make YouTube videos, and I also edit straight onto my phone. The only concern that I have is on this Samsung A5, editing videos is a bit worse because I use this app called Videoshop, and it actually has a watermark for like 5 seconds in the videos, and I haven't found a good free Android editor yet. So hopefully, if you guys have a good Android editor, then please comment it down below. No watermark, easy to use, free, then I would really appreciate it. Or if it does cost money, maybe if it's like a one-time payment of like $10, then I'll be fine with that. Please comment that down below. On my iPhone, however, I just use iMovie. It's free and it's super good. It's like the best editor, I would say, on your phone possibly, and the best editor on your computer if you have a Mac and you get iMovie. That's probably the best editor. Windows Movie Maker is also really good if you want another editor for your computer. But I have not found a good Android editor for my phone. So please, if you have a suggestion, put it down in the comments. And please tune in next time when we go live. Anyways, now, as for my microphone, it's just the onboard microphone, and the audio's pretty okay. Since I don't have like any like noise in the background, you don't really need a professional mic. Like it will help, but for right now, as long as you just don't cube and talk, then it's fine. I used to do that before. For my tripod, I just have this, which I made out of Legos actually. So I just had Legos that I didn't use. I used to use them a lot when I was a bit younger, but I just haven't used them as much anymore. And I repurposed them for doing this tripod. And if you want to make a tripod yourself, just make something that's sturdy, tall, and has like some place where you can put your phone or camera in, depending on what you're using. As for my chair, as I mentioned, it's just a drum stool. And as you notice, everything that I'm using is stuff that you could just find around your own house, and you don't really need any professional recording equipment. As for lighting, I just have this lamp right here. It's not on right now because it's summer and there's a lot of sunlight coming from the windows over here. There's like a window right here, as you can see, a window. And that's about it. There's another window over here. And that's really all the lighting I need right now. The lighting's bad because I'm like right by the windows, but when I face this way, face the direction of the light should be shining onto you or behind you. If you want like really good professional studio lighting, then you should have a whole setup. But you don't need that. If you just have two windows and a lamp, then you should be in the middle of them. They should be surrounding you. And they should be putting their light onto your face so that people can see you easily. And that's really all you need for a setup. So, as to wrap up this video, let me put it back on my Lego tripod. This was my first live stream for our summer live streams. They're going to be every Monday in the afternoon for New York time. So, or just this time in general, wherever you guys are right now. Please tune in next week for our next live stream. Also, guys, as I said, this video, I'm not going to distract too much from the topic at hand, which we already have. But your cube does not matter. As long as you get a good, decent budget speed cube, you'll be fine. You don't need something like this. If you want to get something like this, then yeah, it will help or whatever. Don't use a Rubik's Brand or some really cheap, crappy cube. There are some speed cubes out there that cost more than like the Warrior W, and they're worse than the Warrior W. So don't buy one of those either. Just search up good budget cubes or search up best cubes and speed cubes in general, and you'll find good ones. Go on Speed Cube Shop if you want to get something if you live in the States. And for if you want to make your own YouTube channel, you don't need to buy any special recording equipment. Just use your phone, use a nice background, get some good lighting in here, make sure that there's not too much background noises, make a tripod out of something. You don't need to buy a tripod, just make it yourself, DIY style it. And thanks for watching this replay of the live stream, because I don't think anybody tuned into this live. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next live stream. That's next week, Monday in the afternoon for New York time.